Hey guys, Apoc here, and we are back with another 12-win Grand Challenge deck. This time we are playing an Ice Golem Graveyard Cycle deck. Now this is a pretty defensive deck with both Ice Golem, Electro Wizard, and a pretty underused card in Guards. Now I do like Guards a little bit more in the current meta, as it's pretty good at stopping both Battle Ram and 3 Musketeers while being resistant to both Log and Zap. So that does make it pretty strong in the current meta, especially since there also isn't really a lot of logs as much as there used to be. Zap has made quite a bit of a return. So in this, we are going to try to get generally 1 or 2 pumps down, and then we can just chain cycle these graveyards. And we'll show you guys a couple of how that went in a few minutes. So first, let's get right into this chest opening, and then we'll hop into those matches. Okay, so in our 12-win chest, we get our nice 22,000 gold, some zaps, as my rares are getting pretty close to maxed. Can't wait for them to get there. Epics still have so far to go though, unfortunately. Okay. Epic number 2. So we got a Witch, we got some Rage. Ice Golems are being converted to gold now. That might be my next card I upgrade when we do have the gold for that. Some more epics in Expo. Do we have enough? 5 mirrors. I'm gonna guess this is gonna be a rare. Unfortunately, it's not a legendary. 81 bomb towers. Just what I always wanted. Probably the least used card in the game. Okay. Not too bad. Let's get into these matches. I'm going to show first this match, a 3 Musketeer deck. So this is versus one of the most common decks you should be prepared to face when you go into Grand Challenges. It's 3 Musketeers, Night Witch, and Battle Ram. So we're gonna open up with a pump here. He'll start with his Ice Golem in the back, and then right into a 3 Musketeer. So he's going pretty aggressive to start. We can get a nice value poison on 2 of the 3 Musketeers. So we don't have our log to finish that off, but we can use our E-Wiz to knock down those that Battle Ram, and then we got to our log to clean that up. And then we finally get our first guards of the game. We can see how the guards mop up real fast. So we already got an elixir lead. He goes to pump. We get to pump also. So now we got double pump up. So we will start with our E-Wiz, and I think we got a little too greedy with that placement, and he winds up activating our King Tower. We'll push our E-Wiz up with our Ice Golem right to that tower, and look at the value of this poison. We get the Pump, the Bandit, the Night Witch, and 1,700 damage on the tower. Not too bad for a 1 push. So we do still have a couple elixir lead here at a +2, and that Night Witch is dead, so we can just get up with our pump, and he pumps up it as well, and we can get back to the next push. Okay, so we switch sides even though the other side is lower because we want to hit that pump at the same time. We did miss those Musketeers, unfortunately, but we are able to take 1,000 damage off the tower. We'll get our E-Wiz down and our guards down so we can get rid of that Battle Ram. Now we got to do a lot of work over on that right side, as he's got a ton of stuff coming in, but our E-Wiz does a great job on right there, and then we can use our guards to clean up this Night Witch. Our E-Wiz was able to make contact with the tower, and then we messed up, unfortunately. We missed our poison, but we were able to take down those Musketeers. Now we just got to get another defense over here, and we can get back to our poison. Poison up. This game got a little bit closer than it should be, but all in all, he would have had to cycle back to another spell, and we'll take the victory. So even with the mistake, we're able to pull that off. Okay, now let's get into a Pekka, Baby Dragon, Dark Goblin deck. There's quite a few of these. Some of them play poison, some of them play lightning. So you got to be careful with that when you figure out which deck it is, to figure out which heavy spell they're playing. Also, not all of them play Battle Ram. A couple of them actually play poison. I'm sorry, a couple of them actually play Graveyard, so be careful of that as well. Okay, so let's cycle to our pump. Lucky enough to get a 400 damage off with our Electro Wizard here. And now we got a Pekka. So, if you watched my last video, we sent that Pekka packing and running all around. Unfortunately, we were already full of elixir and don't want to wait, so we're gonna go with an aggressive golem right here. He drops a defensive poison, and we weren't able to get good value out of our skeletons, but our guards do a fantastic job against Pekka. It takes 6 swipes. Okay, so we can go with another aggressive graveyard here. This time we've got a bunch of them down. He's going to have to zap defensively, but just like that, that tower's down all the way to 1,000. So we're able to get another pump up, and we were slightly off with our pump, allowing him to get a tiny bit of extra value poison, denying us 1 extra from the almost dead pump. So we are still ahead here, so we can cycle our skeletons and our ice golem so that we can get back to our graveyard. So we have the guards and the skeleton are going to do a number on that Pekka. We can use our poison on both the goblins and the dark goblin. And just look at all those skeletons go, all the way down to 445. We do have to worry about that battle ram on the other side. It is able to make a connection, unfortunately. But we're going to be able to cycle back and back to another graveyard right away. That baby dragon's in trouble as it's being shot down by the E-Wiz. And we got a log, and just like that, that's the first tower of the game with 18 seconds to go. So we're going to put a pump in the middle, make sure a battle ram can't get to that last side. And we'll not let it snipe it down with our guards. So that's game 2. Pretty good in control of that game the whole time. Now let's get into an epic game 12, and I mean, this is intense, right down to the wire. This is a fantastic game versus Normandy. Okay, so he's lucky enough, he's got his pump in his opening hand. Unfortunately, we do not. But we are going to try to get ready for a graveyard push here. We were looking for our poison, which we found. So let's get our graveyard, now our poison. So we're able to get the bandit, the pump. Not able to get the Night Witch, but just like that, there goes 1,500 damage off the tower, as well as killing his pump. Now he does have his Night Witch up, so we do still have to worry about that. We're gonna spend a little bit too much elixir here. Probably could have just went with the E-Wiz, didn't need to waste the skeletons. So he's got his pump. Now we do too, but he is quite a bit ahead of us, and we're in a bit of trouble here. So even if the battle ram is going to make a connection, you can use log or zap to make it so that the charge strike doesn't deal double damage, is what we did here. So even though we took some damage here, we are still ahead. Now we got our pump up, and we are down 2 elixir, but we can get our second pump here too. So now this is going to get interesting. Going double elixir, both of us have two pumps going, and this is going to be a high flying match. So we'll use our Ice Golem to block that bandit, and our E-Wiz to keep that ram from the connection. So that was a pretty good defense with just a couple barbarian swipes, but no charge. And now we're finally back to our graveyard cycle, getting that bandit, battle ram, and the pump all with our poison. And that battle ram is trying to make it through. Can't have that. I was expecting some of his other troops to already be dead, but now we're all the way back at, and we finally see his 3 musketeers. So we got a lot of damage coming in on the right, we got damage coming in on the left, and those musketeers are just going to town on the left, taking way too much damage, and we're all the way down to 176. We got a poison down the other side, and we got 10 seconds left, and he's got a monster push coming in. So we're going to get that back, and that bat is on our tower all the way down to 45. Able to get those guards just in time. Whew. That's a close one. Oops. Whew. So that was extremely close, but at the end of the day, I hope you guys like to see how this one was played. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let's hop into a new one and get one live match in as well. Let's see how we do. Okay, so we got a good opening hand. We have skeletons to defend, as well as we have our elixir collector to start up. So let's open up with our pump. He's going to open up with an Ice Golem. Opening up with an Ice Golem in the back may mean we're going to face 3 musketeers. Hey, beat me to it. So let's drop our skeletons and let's poison this down. And might as well log them back into that poison real quick. So we see our guards are able to clean up over on the left and on the right, no problem. And our E-Wiz will handle that battle ram. All in all, just a tiny bit of damage. He's still got to deal with our E-Wiz, or he's going to take a few hits. We'll take a couple hundred damage, plus the poison gives us a 2-to-1 pump advantage, plus we got the damage advantage over on the left. So, but we are going to switch sides, and we're going to do that right now. And we're going to do that because we want to poison everything. So let's poison this Night Witch, that Ice Golem, and the pump. Oh, and now the bandit too. That push is not going to go anywhere on the counterattack. So let's just do this now. Let's log this all back. That kills both of those. And so we will zap down that ram. And then let's get our next pump going. Keep our elixir advantage. And this is really how you want it to be done versus 3 musketeers. See what he does to our ice wizard this time. Okay, this time he drops the Ice Golem. So we don't want to send our skeletons into that Ice Golem, so we'll drop our guards. And let's get this next graveyard. Okay, poison down. Graveyard down. His Night Witch is already dead. Bandit's on its way dead. So let's get ready for another collector. His collector's already down. We got a nice push going on here. So let's get another graveyard going. And we're going to poison the other side, make sure that he can't come back from this. We'll log this down to kill those as well. And looks like we got this firmly in control. Okay, so let's see, there's the, let's just poison this all down and drop our guards, make sure you can't get anything through here. And just a second Electro Wizard to finish this off. Log this back. Skeletons to distract and guards to distract. Ain't getting through. And that's really how it's done, guys. I really like this matchup versus 3 Musketeers, and as you know, there's a lot of 3 Musketeers going on, so I hope that you guys will check this deck out. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I think you guys will too. I will see you guys next time. Peace.